Hey everybody, it's Catherine. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here in my new office and I'm totally excited to do a video. So first of all, I want to apologize to my daughter Annie for converting her bedroom into our new office. She has absolutely no clue that she doesn't have a bedroom anymore, but she's such an easygoing kid. I am sure that it'll be okay. So, hi Annie. Okay, so I have been meaning to do a video on intermittent fasting for quite a while, and I've been procrastinating. First, I said, oh, I have to get my office straight, and then I'm like, oh, I need to order new furniture, and then the furniture came in these little thin boxes. I'm like, oh, I have to build it. We have to repaint, so I put like 1,000 things in the way, but it's done, and I'm here, and I'm putting out a video for you guys, so please forgive me for waiting so long, but I was procrastinating. Ugh, hate that. So several people at work and at the gym also have, some of my friends have asked me a lot of questions about intermittent fasting and stuff, so I figured today I would do a video on that quickly. I wanted to pull into the video a recent article that is really kind of exciting, that a major medical journal pulled research on intermittent fasting last year, and they put out an article at the end of the year on their recommendations and the results. And it was published in the New England Journal of Medicine. So no longer is intermittent fasting this woo-woo thing that we have to kind of dodge around. You know, oh, that doesn't happen. Why would you starve yourself? Oh my God, I've heard it all. But anyway, so it's a reputable source. Intermittent fasting has been around forever, and people, the more I research it, the more I'm finding out people have been doing this for years. It's just, it's not the popular thing to do. I mean, think about the stakeholders. Think about the pharmaceutical companies. They're not going to benefit by people, you know, doing something for the body to reduce inflammation and disease, and you know, trying to heal their bodies on their own. And the food industry is certainly not going to support any research in any ways, because basically you're just reducing the amount of food a little bit, but it does. It cuts a lot of snack eating. Your traditional 3 meals a day are gone, and the snacks, all of that's gone. You basically, what works for me is the fact that I just have to think about eating once a day. That's kind of the way I've been doing it. But I don't do it every day of the week. So 5 days a week, I will eat whatever I want, whenever I want. I have an addiction to bagels. It's a problem. So I can't, I mean, at work, they give us these free bagels, Bagelman, and every day I go to work, there's this big warm bag of bagels sitting in the break room. And I usually take a break around 9 or 8:30 or so. And the first thing I eat, and really I could just eat a bagel for the whole day. That would make me so happy. And I toast it, I put butter on it. I usually don't put cream cheese, I usually just put butter on it, or peanut butter. And I wanted to get rid of the bagels and do more of that intermittent. There's a couple ways to fast. The way I choose to do it is on the weekends when I'm more busy and I just don't think about it, and I usually fast for 2 days. But I do eat like a 500 calorie or 700 calorie dinner each of those days. So it just works for me. But what I wanted to do was to fast for 16 hours a day every day, 7 days a week. So 16 to 18 hours, that's what they recommend. It just doesn't work because I want that bagel. I can't give it up. So even I found a way to work around it. And I could talk to you guys about that later. But what I just want to pull away like one idea. It was a long article. They looked at multiple research studies, both in mice and rats and animals and primates, and in humans. And it's very promising, all of the information that they're choosing to back up. So the biggest thing I guess I pulled away from the article was, if you can give yourself a fasting window of 14 to 18 hours, then what that does is it flips a switch in your body, and your body kind of goes into a stress state, and then it releases a lot of ketones. You go from burning glucose and glycogen stores in your liver, to circulating fatty acids and burning basically fat, as your energy, which is actually so many things in this article proved how efficient the fat burning process is. There's a lot less oxidative stress on the body. Antioxidants are released. So many great benefits to releasing the ketones. So since ketones are the preferred fuel source for the brain, what happens is it increases the brain neurotropic factors, which is like the fertilizer for the brain. And the dendrites, all the connections in the brain, are able to regenerate. And the dendritic structures, everything is able to be repaired. The synaptic connections that as we age start to separate and get plaque buildup and whatnot, all these things associated with dementia are combated with the opportunity for the body to heal itself with intermittent fasting and the ketones being released in the brain. It's like a cascade of events that happens on a scientific level, that increases the plasticity of those neurons. And in some cases, there's this guy out of Johns Hopkins, Mark Mattson. He's done so much research on this as well. He's gotten pictures of brain of a 50-year-old and then a brain of the same person after 5 years of intermittent fasting, and it doesn't even look like the same brain anymore. It's completely regenerated and active, and he was like, "What have you been doing?" This is just one of the stories I was reading about. Anyway, also will help with Alzheimer's, clearly, Parkinson's disease. So the brain stuff, I'm just going to do another video on. But so another big thing is how I try to explain it to people. It's like cleaning house. So you are withholding calories from your body. So your body's like, "Oh, we're not getting any food. We're not getting any food. We got to, we have to use something for energy." We flip the switch, and then the body starts to repair proteins and regenerate new cells, and the cells will start to find any damaged components and then recycle them and phagotize the ones that can't be reused, and then it brings in regenerates new parts. So it's basically cleaning house, like a new vacuum cleaner. It goes around and cleans all the extra stuff. Like, you have too much. We're feeding our faces 3 meals a day plus snacks. It's too much, in my opinion. It's too much for the body to handle. And ever since I've been intermittent fasting, I have just noticed that I recover from workouts quicker. My skin looks better. I don't know why, but it does. I don't use anything, other than lotion and little foundation. Your antioxidants are increased so much. And then I guess the inflammation. I in fact just had knee surgery. I had knee surgery on Thursday, and I was shocked that there was no swelling. Like, I had very little swelling on my knee. It ached. I mean, it was sore. I'm not going to lie. It was sore, but I didn't need anything like Percocets. All I needed was some Tylenol, maybe some meloxicam the first day. But I didn't need anything else for the pain. So, and that is, possibly one of the benefits. I know that I fasted, I fasted the day before I went to surgery. I continued to fast through that period. And when I say fast, I mean not 24 hours. I mean like until dinner. And then I'll eat like 20 grams of protein. And I might even take it in different forms. I might do a shake and then also, a small piece of meat or whatever. But I'm not like overloading my body with protein. There are three major ways that we can approach intermittent fasting. The first way, some people eat every other day. So those people are actually eating anything they want one day. They wake up, they can start eating, anything they want. Then the next morning they fast. They don't eat anything for that whole day until the next morning. So every morning it's either they eat for that day or they're fasting for that day. It's very simple. And I think this is one of the attractions for me, is that it really forces me not to obsess over food. And it helps my husband because he does all the grocery shopping and cooking. Well, but it really helps. I mean, he knows what to buy. He knows what I like to eat for snacks during lunch, and it just makes it simple. So, and for dinner, gosh, on the weekend we might even just go out to dinner. And I do that. I don't like not eating at restaurants. I usually order whatever I want. Sometimes I'll order steak. I usually do protein, vegetable, salad, whatever. And if we're not out eating on the weekend, then we're home basically eating the same thing. So the first one is alternate day. Like every other day, you're going to fast just for the rest of your life. A lot of people are doing it. The 5 to 2, that's what I do, sort of. Mine's more like 4 to 3. But 5 to 2, you eat normally 5 days a week, especially if you have bagels at work and you just can't get over not eating at work. I just can't because I'm hungry. So 5 to 2 is there for you. 5 to 2 is there for you. All right. And then lastly, which was my goal, but I just can't do it yet. Maybe I'll change, but I don't know. But lastly, the 18 to 6. So you're fasting. The goal is 18. You can start off with like 10, 4, 14. Ease into it, no matter what you try to do. Research the information and then ease into it. Just don't start like for your goal. That is the third way. So let me just recap. The first way is every other day. You fast every other day. You eat normally what you eat every other day, snacks included. Just whatever you normally eat. The second one is the 5 to 2. 5 days you're going to eat whatever you want, and then 2 days you're going to only eat dinner. You're going to fast. So you only eat dinner, and keep your dinner like between 500 and 700 calories. Basically one healthy meal. And you will still benefit according to the research. You still get just as much benefit as if the third way you do the 18 hours of fasting and then 6 hours of the feeding window. So during that 6 hours of feeding, your body is actually it's producing your own growth hormone, which is going to preserve the muscle mass. Like my big thing is, as I age, I don't want to lose my muscle mass. So for me, the growth hormone production is like a whole nother video in itself. And that's a big reason why I choose to do intermittent fasting. I love that. And that window of 6 hours, that's the time where the switch flipped, right? So now your body is recovering, okay? Now the insulin levels are actually going to go up. You're using all the nutrients to repair, to replenish, and to do all those things. So it's a very interesting article. I am going to link it below. I hope everybody has time, especially my nerdy science friends, have time to actually look it up and read it. I'll probably pull it out maybe a few more times. And take some more information and break it down a little bit. But I definitely am going to do a video about the brain, and I'm definitely going to do one about human growth hormone and about intermittent fasting in general. But this was just a quick video overview. Certainly, if you have a serious health condition, especially like type 1 diabetes or any other, condition where you're taking medicine, autoimmune, all that, I would just let your doctor know that you are interested in intermittent fasting, and maybe together you guys can work on pull things that might work for you into your lifestyle. Otherwise, just follow your doctor's recommendation, because I'm just sharing what I do, and the research is pretty exciting, and I'm going to be following this research for a while, and I'll see how I can get through the summer working out at a high intensity and trying to work the intermittent fasting through that. And that's a good thing about the intermittent fasting, is that it's not a rule that you have. I mean, you just change it from day to day if you need to. Like, if you know you're going to have a heavy, strenuous workout, you're not going to starve yourself, you know, especially if you're about numbers. Like for me, and especially when I'm doing powerlifting and stuff, I like to see my progress. I like to see the numbers and what gains, and I can't expect to make good gains, especially in lifting, if I'm intermittent fasting too much. So if you go overboard with anything, it's probably not the greatest thing. If you want to make gains physically, it's probably not the greatest way to live. But if you're interested in reducing inflammation in your body, you're interested in keeping your weight down, and everything that fixes your blood pressure, it fixes your glucose levels, it just hypertension. I mean, it brings your HDLs and your LDLs to a normal level. There's so many great benefits to doing it reasonably that I just can't ignore. And I'd like to just, I could share this with as many people as you know they want to know. But even better than that, just do the research yourself and see what works for you. And that's kind of the way I've been doing it. I'll take a little bit from here, and then put my own thing together. Like, I'm not one to cut out carbs. I just need them. I'm probably addicted to them. And I enjoy eating protein as well as high quality carbs like sweet potatoes and those bagels. So I'm not by any means an Atkins advocate or a keto girl in any way like that, but I can't ignore the research behind intermittent fasting and the windows of eating and the windows of feasting and the benefits it will have on your body, and you will see the difference. There's no question. You will see the difference, you'll feel the difference, and then you're going to speak the difference to anyone who will listen. So, all right, everybody, thank you for joining me for this video. I apologize. It was a long time before I had made it, but I procrastinated a lot. I wanted to get an office space done, which was a lot of work because the walls were brown and red, and I had this big loft bed here, which my rowing coach actually gave to her grandson. So, but now we have a cool office. So hopefully you'll see a little more of me, and I will try to follow up with another video on intermittent fasting regarding the brain. Let's just ease right on into it. Okay, take care, have a great day, and hit subscribe if you want, and share the video if anyone has had questions. This would probably be a good intro video to find out more information about intermittent fasting and the benefits that it will have for you, and the anti-aging benefits it will also have for you. So, okay, talk to you guys later. Bye.